Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to All About Racer Historian, and today we are talking about the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington. Let's get into our practice one results. Indy Next is also back. That's amazing. Let's get into our practice one results. Scott McLaughlin's at the top, and behind him in the top 10, Alex Palou, Will Power, Pato Award, Felix Rosenquist, Marcus Ericsson, Alexander Rossi, Christian Lundgaard, Scott Dixon, and Dennis Hauger. After them were Graham Rahal, David Malukas, Kyle Collette, Ramon Grosjean, Kyle Kirkwood, Joseph Newgarden, Christian Rasmussen, Marcus Armstrong, Louis Foster, and Nolan Siegel. And the rest were Mick Schumacher, Santino Ferrucci, Kevin Simpson, Reynes Fike, and Stingray Robb. For our practice 2 results, Kyle Kirkwood is at the top, Alex Palou in second. Behind them, Marcus Armstrong, Will Power, Marcus Ericsson, David Malukas, Scott McLaughlin, Pato Award, Alexander Rossi, and Christian Lundgaard all in the top 10. Then we have Ramon Grosjean, Joseph Newgarden, Felix Rosenquist, Mick Schumacher, Scott Dixon, Louis Foster, Nolan Siegel, Kyle Collette, Dennis Hauger, and Reynes Fike. And behind them are Christian Rasmussen, Santino Ferrucci, Graham Rahal, Kevin Simpson, and Stingray Robb. For our qualifying results here on row 1. First ever pole for Marcus Ericsson in IndyCar. Alex Palou starts beside him. In row 2 we have Pato Award and Will Power. Row 3, the Meyer-Shank Racing cars of Felix Rosenquist and Marcus Armstrong. Row 4, Kyle Kirkwood and Christian Rasmussen. Row 5, David Malukas and Alexander Rossi. Row 6, Joseph Newgarden and Santino Ferrucci. Row 7, Louis Foster and Kevin Simpson. Row 8, Ramon Grosjean and Kyle Collette. Row 9, Mick Schumacher and Christian Lundgaard. Row 10, Dennis Hauger and Scott Dixon. Row 11, Reynes Fike and Nolan Siegel. Row 12, Stingray Robb and Graham Rahal. And row 13, Scott McLaughlin after having a wreck in qualifying. Here's our Indy Next practice 1 results here. Max Taylor is at the top. Behind him was Demeco Archik, Jack Beaton, Miles Rowe, Lockie Hughes, Matteo Nannini, Salvador de Alba, Seb Murray, Alessandro Di Giulio, J.M. Correa all in the top 10. Then there's Max Garcia, Josh Pearson, Enzo Fittipaldi, Nikita Johnson, Ricardo Scotto, Nicholas Stati, Jordan Missick, Colin Kaminsky, Niels Coolin, and Nicholas Montero running out of the top 20. And at the end we have Alexander Kariba, James Rowe, Bryce Aaron, and Carson Eder. Practice 2 results. Max Taylor, Seb Murray, Locke Hughes, and Andretti cars all 1, 2, 3. Behind them we have Demeco Archik, Miles Rowe, Matteo Nannini, Enzo Fittipaldi, Alessandro Di Giulio, Josh Pearson, Max Garcia running out the top 10. Then there's Nikita Johnson, J.M. Correa, Ricardo Scotto, Jack Beaton, Nicholas Stati, Salvador de Alba, Colin Kaminsky, Nicholas Montero, Alexander Kariba, and Niels Coolin. And at the end we have Carson Eder, Jordan Missick, James Rowe, and Bryce Aaron. Qualifying results. The rookies up in the front row. AJ Foyt Racing's Alessandro Toya takes the pole, with ABG Motorsports' Enzo Fittipaldi right there in second. In row 2 we have Demeco Archik and Max Taylor. Row 3, Jack Beaton and Nikita Johnson. Row 4, J.M. Correa and Lockie Hughes. Row 5, Matteo Nannini and Miles Rowe. Row 6, Seb Murray and Josh Pearson. Row 7, Salvador de Alba and Nicholas Stati. Row 8, Max Garcia and Colin Kaminsky. Row 9, Jordan Missick and Ricardo Scotto. Row 10, Niels Coolin and Carson Eder. Row 11, Nicholas Montero and James Rowe. And in row 12, Bryce Aaron and Alexander Kariba. Joseph Newgarden won the Good Ranchers 250 at Phoenix. Let's look at the race replay here. Here was our race highlights for the Good Ranchers 250. Penske's David
250 laps ahead of us here in Phoenix for the Good Ranchers 250. We are green, we are racing, and immediately Newgarden attempted to go around the outside of his teammate. It's close as we go 3, 4 wide, into 1, into 2, but Malukas carries the pace, keeps the lead.
Oh, you could see that Newgarden was hanging back on the start, thought he was going to jump his young teammate, but Malukas was having none of it with a great gap to start things off. Meanwhile, Alexander Rossi right up there to third, looking really good in the opening lap.
And if Rossi's had a good start, keep your eyes on the champion. There he goes, around the outside, making up another position. A brilliant start for the champion. Now on the back of Graham Rahal is Mick Schumacher. Fights to keep a hold of his place and is falling back.
James, we weren't sure what the highline look was going to look like, but it is working really well.
And not from the guy you'd most expect it to. Alex Palou just passed Graham Rahal, now up into P4. He started 10th, guys. He's on an absolute charge. He wants to keep that 100% win streak on the season going.
Here on lap 11.
But we also know is the driver that was voted by his fellow IndyCar drivers as the one they would give the widest berth to. Oh my goodness!
Hauger loses it.
And that is Hauger.
Spins out, doesn't hit anything, and
oh my goodness,
goes backwards.
Keep it straight, kid.
Did he keep it out of the wall?
He did.
I think
Get on the brakes. Yep. Oh boy.
Goodness me.
Turn.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
Really
I don't think
incredible.
I don't think I've ever seen that before in an IndyCar. That was wild.
That is control. Here. From out of control to back in control. Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian nightmare, the Indy Next champion, somehow keeps it out of the wall.
Lap 20.
He hits it now, and he goes, and Newgarden follows. We are green and back to racing ways as VK comes under immediate pressure from Graham Rahal, who takes the low line, and McLaughlin will aim to follow him through. Wonderful restart from Graham Rahal, makes up one place on Renus VK.
Scott McLaughlin goes below to
Joey, it's a weird scene, a restart where they're not taking the dog leg shortcut.
Rahal goes for below.
Completes the pass.
Wonderful restart, and now VK wants to take advantage and will run wheel to wheel with the champion, and there's contact!
Alex Palou
That
makes
is
contact
the champion into the wall, and Renus VK has damage as well.
Caution comes out.
And that is huge.
Palou, really unfortunate.
Malukas is out front, takes us back to green and does so with ease from his teammate Joseph Newgarden. Alexander Rossi right on the Penske driver's wing as McLaughlin has a look at Rahal up the inside of him, takes the low line. Rahal, though, with great pace on the higher line, maintains that fourth position. But Penske looking in dominant form here today with a rapid race car under each of their drivers. As Rasmussen defends from Louis Foster at 3 wide, Dixon high.
And Christian
that is a big move from
both.
Dixon, and he's not done yet. He's got that momentum. Going to go try the outside of the JHR machine. Oh, sorry, that's the RL. That's Louis Foster.
Around Foster.
Man,
right there.
big move there up in lane 3.
Here is the leader, 24-year-old David Malukas from Chicago. His second race with Team Penske. He takes Shell 100% renewable fuel, new Firestones, and he's back out.
We keep an eye on Newgarden, who was P2. We keep an eye on Malukas as he leaves pit lane.
Newgarden side by side with his teammate Scott McLaughlin. They come down out of turn 4. It's going to be 3 Penskes into the corner.
And Newgarden has the momentum, goes side by side and wheel to wheel with his teammate, but Malukas,
and it doesn't work.
Just about
and contact there. And Joseph
Newgarden around the outside, but I'm sure there was contact between the teammates.
He just had those few laps of heating the tires, had a bit more confidence there in 3 and 4. That was a great call from the 2 crew. They're so good at getting that done. That was 3 Penske's, almost 3 wide. Here's the touch.
They do have
maybe, definitely contact.
Lap 110.
Rasmussen is all over the back of the race leader, Pato.
Trying to
we
get
have
off
seen this so many times.
And
he looks high now. Christian Rasmussen. Joey Logano almost jumps out of his skin. But that is the lead for Rasmussen. What a joy to watch him race on short ovals.
Lap 142, Louis Foster,
as you can see that rear right, blue paint all over it. He's been up and into the wall. Let's get a replay of exactly what happened to the driver of the drop light 45.
Here's a replay.
Usually when we see that, Will, it means he's gotten up into the gray, and it looks like Louis Foster did just that.
Into the
kind of trapped up there. Maybe somebody made a late move or something coming through the field.
That brought the
into the pits comes our race leader. Rasmussen is in, Dixon is in, Armstrong is in. Joey, he called it.
Whoa, huge surprise to see Rasmussen come in.
Critically, though, the first driver out of pit lane was Scott Dixon ahead of Christian Rasmussen.
Lap 155.
It's Power second, it's Dixon third, it's Rasmussen fourth, then Armstrong, then O'Ward, then Newgarden, Ferrucci, Rosenquist, and Hauger, your top 10.
Dixon right there in third.
Back to racing.
Christian
And here comes Rasmussen once again on the inside of Dixon, wasting no time on the restart.
To get around and
so he's down on that low side there, but
Dixon holds on.
He's got the dirty air from Power in front. Dixon on the high lines got that clean air, is able to keep the position.
Oh, Ferrucci on the move.
Top 2 drivers have used Firestones. This guy right here, Rasmussen and Dixon, they have Firestone courage right now. Brand new tires with lots of grip. They got to put it to good use, though, right now.
Dixon trying to work that high line. It got sort of forced high a bit there by Power, and that's given him the opportunity, Rasmussen, to get along the inside of the 9. Can he make it stick this time down at 3 and 4?
Rasmussen trying to complete the pass.
Dixon holds it.
Great battle.
No way.
Makes a contact there.
That was a big enough touch. If
Dixon
I'm Scott, I'm worried about that left rear.
Lap 162.
The AJ Ford squad seems to have dialed something in here for Santino, and he's doing what he does.
Oh, no! Just loses it there, but he holds on to it. What a save.
Massive save, and Rahal takes advantage.
I just said he wasn't that happy with the car. On new tires,
you
can cover an imbalance for a few laps, but eventually as those tires wear, that problem with the balance comes back.
Lap 207.
Power running all the way down at the apron, leaving a lot of clean air to the high side.
Trying to go on the outside, and Power
in the wall.
Puts Rasmussen into the wall.
Power seemingly has damage. Rasmussen may not.
Power has a lot of damage there. So is Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets around, takes the lead of the race.
Rasmussen
onward Power, and the
continues.
caution comes out. Unfortunate for the Andretti car
course
here,
caution, and that was only a matter of time. Quite incredible and bitter disappointment for Will Power on such a strong run.
Pato Award is in.
Newgarden
Pato Award in the pits, as well as Joseph Newgarden, Graham Rahal, Scott McLaughlin, Alexander Rossi.
In.
Christian Lundgaard in the back.
But a fair few drivers stayed out. The ones that pit, they're going to have to work for it. This is not easy.
David Malukas and Kyle Kirkwood staying out on track.
Lap
33 to go. Let's go racing. Rasmussen leads. Kirkwood, Malukas, Dixon, and Armstrong
still in the lead
into turns 1 and 2, and already has a tiny gap.
Right there in third. Scott Dixon fourth. Got a battle for fifth. 12 laps to go
is the
here.
Moment.
Joseph
Newgarden sweeps past and underneath Pato Award.
fourth.
The driver of the number 2 car for Roger Penske is coming.
Christian Rasmussen still has the lead.
Kyle Kirkwood there in second. The Penske driver's there. But again, we talked about this before. He's one of the best, if not the best, at navigating traffic on these short ovals. And with that tire advantage, he could be in the mix here in a couple laps.
Well, that's the difference with Joseph Newgarden versus Pato Award. Pato was just following Malukas. If you look at Joseph Newgarden, he's offsetting. Yep. He's getting the air. That's why he's making passes.
Way high.
Right here.
And Rasmussen way high. His teammate
I think
here.
I was going to say Kirkwood had a run there. Couldn't quite get it done as Newgarden does get around Malukas behind.
Justin Newgarden gets around David Malukas. 10 laps to go.
Here comes Kirkwood looking up the inside of Rasmussen. Can't find his way through, and as these two scrap over position, it'll be playing beautifully into the hands of Joseph Newgarden.
And Kirkwood now on the bottom
now has the lead from Rasmussen, who will not want to let it go. But it's all eyes on the number 2. Newgarden has the tire, has the experience, has the knowledge, and has won.
And Rasmussen hits the wall again.
Just going to say, all of a sudden, Rasmussen's running in traffic for the first time as Newgarden gets by.
I mean, what Kirkwood needed was Rasmussen to hold up Newgarden for at least a lap or two. Now, Joseph's been unleashed. He can chase him down.
Get around Kyle Kirkwood here. 7 laps to go.
Here comes Newgarden.
Right behind
Kirkwood for the lead.
Bottom, takes the lead of the race.
Wonderful from Joseph Newgarden. Delivers a knockout punch into the lead with 6 to go. And wouldn't you know it, back here in Phoenix. And it's Joseph Newgarden to the fore once again.
And here on the final lap,
what a day,
Joseph
and what a drive.
Takes
celebrating
the checkered
60 years at the forefront of international motorsport competition for Penske. Joseph Newgarden will deliver the...
Here are your race results from the Good Ranchers 250. Joseph Newgarden takes the win. Kyle Kirkwood was in second. Behind them were David Malukas, Pato Award, Marcus Armstrong, Alexander Rossi, Scott Dixon, Scott McLaughlin, Graham Rahal, and Kevin Simpson all in the top 10. Then there were Santino Ferrucci, Felix Rosenquist, Christian Lundgaard, Christian Rasmussen, Dennis Hauger, Will Power, Marcus Ericsson, Mick Schumacher, Kyle Collette, Nolan Siegel all in the top 20. Stingray Robb, Rinus VeeKay, Louis Foster finishing in 23rd, out of the race from contact at the wall. Alex Palou finishing 24th, contact with Rinus VeeKay. And Romain Grosjean, with a mechanical issue, did not start the race and finishes last. IndyCar news here. IndyCar has revealed the track layout for the Freedom 250 at Washington, D.C. Marcus Ericsson will be sponsored by MPWR at Arlington. The race will be sponsored by Texas A&M University in Arlington. Here's your ratings from Phoenix. A big audience of 1.24 million viewers. Fox still delivering on those ratings. If you guys didn't know this, Ryan Rumble Racing has signed Connor Daly a contract for him to race at the Indy 500 in the number 23 car, basically replacing the 2014 winner, Ryan Hunter-Reay, who will drive the number 31 car for Arrow McLaren. Unfortunately for the defending race winner, Joseph Newgarden, he had a little bit of an accident in practice, And now he's going to have to use a backup car. And that's all the IndyCar news we got for you. No Indy Next news. I almost forgot. Let's look at our odds for the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington. Let's look at our top 10 here. We have Alex Palou, Kyle Kirkwood, Scott McLaughlin, Pato Award, Joseph Newgarden, Christian Lundgaard, Scott Dixon, David Malukas, Will Power, and Marcus Ericsson. Since IndyCar, this is their first time racing at Arlington, I don't know who would basically win since there's no experience at this track. Palou is the favored one to win. Mostly all the time, he's always favored to win. So I guess I just have to pick Palou. I'm 2 for 2 right now. Maybe I'll be 3 for 3 if Palou wins. Thank you guys for watching. Next episode will be March 28th. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Can't wait for it. I will upload this in a few. The championship standings, once again, are in the community posts. You want to look at that, go look at that. Warm-up tomorrow will be on FS1 at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And tune in on Fox tomorrow for the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And the Indy Next race, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on FS1. Thank you guys for watching Season 2, Episode 3. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.